Let's get to the stock of the day, which is WiseTech. And WiseTech Global has agreed to acquire, I think you would say it is FRDM AI, a developer of AI-powered supply chain risk and compliance intelligence technology. The transaction involves an upfront payment of $10 million in cash and WiseTech shares, with maximum earnouts of $4.31 million. Now, the acquisition is expected to complete next month. Will combine FRDM's AI capabilities with WiseTech's existing solutions to create VerifyWise, a verification program for global supply chains. Essentially, it brings in a massive database of over 6 billion trade records to provide more examples of supply chain risks. Earlier this month, Sean Hickman from Market Matters said that while governance changes have helped stabilize the outlook, the company needs to demonstrate clean integration of acquisitions and sustained earnings to win back institutional confidence. So here we are, gentlemen, with a new acquisition. What do you make of it? I'll start with you, Henry, who you've had not a lot of love for WiseTech as of late.
No, not a lot of love. I was going to just comment that, Nadine, I've never seen you with a glass half full. They always seem to be full. But as far as WiseTech goes, that's very much a half. Well, it's a glass half empty most of the time, and I'm not sure this doesn't really change anything really. And we've seen, it's very much hostage to the US software companies, and it falls into that bucket because we don't really have a lot of AI or that big sort of tech exposure. We've got the results coming up, obviously, at the end of August. I think Wednesday, the 26th of August. The market is going to be looking at EBITDA margins. It's going to be looking at revenue growth, organic revenue growth. WiseTech's no stranger to acquisitions, and it was at one stage, it was doing one a day, I think, when it was first kicked off on the ASX, and rapidly grew. But it has since, and when you look at the chart, you can look at the chart there, of course, it has had an almighty fall from grace. Now, some of that, of course, is due to the sector, but a lot of that is also due to corporate governance with the Richard White issues that continue to plague and feed front pages. So it's hard to get excited about this deal, I have to say. It's hard to get excited just yet about WiseTech. I have tried to get excited before, and it has been premature. And I think, until we see those results, even we had an update with some of their DSV volumes, which are up 20%, and they were also updated on the churn rumor that was out there, but it didn't really help matters, and the stock is still trending downwards. So until I see some sort of sign of some major reversal or a catalyst, which I suspect is going to be the results, it's still probably a hold if you've got it, if you've been long suffering. Otherwise, it at some stage it's going to pop, but and it does do that every now and then, but it never seems to last more than a day or so before the sellers get back in on the action. So it's probably a hold here at best.
Okay, there you go. We came to the hold, but isn't there value in WiseTech, Andrew? I mean, if you take a look at that chart, certainly would look like there is.
Maybe we're looking at different charts. I'm sort of not really sold. I'm sorry. Last time we looked at this, the three amigos, the three of us, the PE, price earnings ratio, was 79 times earnings. We're now back at 22 times. So we're certainly moving back towards reality. But for all the reasons that Henry outlined, noting that Richard White has now stepped away from his role with the operational role within the business, so that's maybe what Sean was sort of alluding to, but noting that Mr. White still owns 36%, or around 36% of the business. So I think that will continue to weigh on the share price, and it doesn't matter that it's him who's owning it. If you have any business where you've got a major shareholder controlling over a third, that in itself, never mind all the noise that's going on around SaaS apocalypse or headlines or whatever's going on with WiseTech at the moment, that will always sort of weigh on their price as well. So I'm with Henry. It's if you're there, I mean, we were buying it at $5, and it was great when it got to 100. Not so good at 33. but people, have still made a couple of dollars along the way. But in fact, I won't run through all the ones we're running through today, but we're talking about a couple of 2021 companies. It's sort of almost a flashback episode, but in this particular instance, WiseTech is a hold.
All right, can I be nosy, as I want to do? And Andrew, when it was up around $100, were any of your clients selling, taking profits, however you want to call it?
No, and we should have, with hindsight, been completely transparent, but equally so, capital gains was certainly nosebleed worthy as well. Sort of around that $60, $70, we were selling a few off because, it was on the slippery slope down. So we certainly didn't get the absolute top price, but, clients didn't lose a heap of money either. But just shows you, it can be very volatile on both sides. It can be volatile on the upside and volatile on the downside. And that's why, again, if you're a trader, these are long-term holding clients. But if you're a trader, as we've said all the way through, you've got to have those rules. What's my entry? What's my entry parameters? What's my exit parameters? And that's probably even more important. Is it a trailing stop loss? Whatever the case may be, if it drops 10, 20%, you don't know why, that's probably the time to be bailing.
Got it. WiseTech is solid hold from both of my guests.